Hello, I'm Bruce Lorincz, and this show is called Bruce on the Loose. I talk to people in city government, the school system, businesses, corporations, and individuals. V. Alexander's with us today, and she is a little baker, and I especially think about the holidays. Oh, yeah. You know, we're Halloween, and I see people dressed up and get excited, and Christmas. Do the holidays give you a special emphasis and really helps the business?
Oh, for sure. I mean, who doesn't want sugar at all the time?
And how did you get started in baking, cookies, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, so my grandma always baked. I remember it was grandma, myself, and the mom, of course. And then when grandma had passed, me and mom just kept on doing the cookies. And sugar cookie was one of the biggest things that my family always did for the holiday. So I just enjoyed getting the Pillsbury can out, getting your little butter knife and making your colors up and dumping all the sprinkles on as much as you can and just having fun with it. So it just kind of stuck with me all these years.
That was really a tradition where grandmothers and granddaughters and sometimes grandsons, we can't leave the guys out, they would go ahead, especially at holiday season, but it didn't have to be, and they really learned the tricks of the trade, how some traditions came from the old country here, and they really added to, get together with the family.
Yep, I agree.
What about, so you started early on. Why? It seems like today, fewer and fewer people seem to be in the kitchen baking. Why would that be?
There's a lot of stress levels, a lot of high tempers, perhaps, just stressing the family. But I honestly feel like a lot of bakers are coming out of the woodwork now, just because, it is coming closer to the holiday, and they're just like, let's just try something new. Let's try a little side hustle kind of thing and make some cookies for friends and families and see what comes from it. So I think it's awesome.
Do you sometimes borrow little things from other I didn't say the word steal. You noticed I said
I
borrow.
do steal it. Like, give it to
do
me.
You borrow things from other bakers that you associate with or see?
I have not. I mean, I would like to do more of that, especially for our community, just to be able to bring the bakers together, kind of like back in the day, I need a cup of sugar, and you go to your neighbor, and they just go ahead and give it to you without thinking like, oh, this could be a competition, but it's not. It's healthy competition, it's friendships, you're building relationships, so I'm hoping that more of that can happen, over the next few years, especially for Wadsworth.
Do you think you get better the more you do something? Have you matured as a baker and gotten better and better?
I don't know about matured, but yes, definitely experience helps. Lots of YouTube videos. That's how I started. Hated it, but then you just keep on going with it and just keep on trying and just persevere. I always think persevere is the biggest word for myself. Just perseverance and just keep on chugging.
Yeah, you just can't give up. Something may not work out the first time.
It might not look awesome.
Yeah,
it might not taste great the first time, but just keep on practicing the recipes. You practice on your church people, friends and family, and then you nail it, and then you got a golden recipe.
What about, you talked about your grandmother early on, but was there someone that was a baker that was a mentor to you?
Not really. It's just like little parts of the YouTubes here and there. I do like Julia Usher. Not that she's like a mentor, but just like her creativity and how she can present the artwork and onto cookies. So I'm like, oh, let's give her a try.
Yeah. What sparked your baking career? Is there one thing that you said, well, I can do this for a long time?
COVID.
Yeah?
No, but I tattooed for 8 years prior, so art's always been my thing.
Sure.
And then once COVID did hit, I've always enjoyed baking, like I said earlier, but I just kind of ran with that, and I'm like, I could probably do this. COVID's around, I got more time in the house, let's just practice some stuff in the kitchen and just have fun with it. So honestly, the downtime, it just sparked that love again for the baking. Right.
Any new ingredient that has popped up in the last maybe 5 years that you utilize for your baking exploits?
I don't know if it's new, but definitely like isomalt sugar. I've never worked with it, and it's just sugar that you melt to make look like glass and stuff, but you can do the same thing with Jolly Rancher. So not necessarily new ingredients, just new techniques that I've never done before. As a cookie artist, I'm just doing cookies, sugar cookie and other flavored sugar cookies or drop cookies. So anything like fondant or chocolate work or like the isomalt, like never touched it. So I've been trying to dibby-dab a little bit into that, new for me anyway.
There are a lot of people with sugar issues in their health. Yeah, and how do you go ahead and approach that if you know that, you know, the group or the person you're baking for has sugar issues?
I don't.
Okay.
I know a lot of people are gluten-free and then vegan. I have started to do more vegan cookies, but other than that, like, everything's still sugar. So unfortunately, I can't yet.
Okay. What about the your connection with the Food Network? How did that begin? And what about the big episode that you're on, right? You're on coming up.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can we tell the viewing audience when that's going to be so we get Wadsworth to watch?
December 12th.
December 12th.
Hopefully. I'm subject to change.
Okay.
But at the moment, December 12th is our episode.
Okay.
And it's at 9 o'clock our time.
Okay.
But Food Network-wise, saw the hubby. I blame the hubby for everything that had to come from it, just because we had to submit a video, and I'm just being, you know, typical me, and he hit submit, and then a few months goes by, I don't think anything of it. There comes the call. I'm like, I didn't even answer it. I thought it was like a spam call.
Right.
I'm just like, okay, we're gonna go to life group tonight, and then there's the voicemail, and then they said who they were, and I'm not freaking out, but the husband's like, oh, my goodness gracious. So I'm like, calm down. So I blame him.
Well, that's really what a couple works for. He's very proud of you. Probably he wants you to be representative, and you meet various characters and people on the Food Network. How were your competitors? Were they from all over the United States?
We're all over the place. Super awesome. We had a good group of girls, and they're just super friendly, down to earth, and it just seemed like a typical day in my own kitchen. You know, you're just baking with friends, and you're just having fun with it. You know, just coming, having a good time, making some cookies.
It's a generalization, but it seems like ladies get along together and help each other out, and the men are more cutthroaty. Am I off base on that?
I don't think you're off base. I just don't know. I only know about our episode, unfortunately. Right. So there could be some guys. I don't know.
So do you know what went into you being chosen? Do you have to have so many years of baking success?
That I don't know the answer to. It was just a process to go and get chosen, and just to submit the video. Like I said, you just kind of forget about it, and then maybe they call, maybe the email, maybe not, and then you just kind of live your day.
Right. Where did you go ahead and do the taping?
Like for the stuff before that had aired?
Yeah.
We went to California.
Oh, wow. Yep. Wow, fantastic. And again, you didn't get nervous or anything? I'm sure.
It was easy for me.
Because if you did something long enough, it became familiar to you, and it wasn't something that was new to you.
Right. Just being in a kitchen, you know, I feel like, it could be like a little different. Working with product or even equipment that you don't have in your own kitchen, you know, but it was still awesome. It's just the whole experience of it and getting to be in a larger kitchen. I mean, I'm a home baker, so it's just your house kitchen. You know, you got your typical stuff, and then to go into an atmosphere like that, it was just surreal and just, this is freaking awesome. Like, I'm on Food Network. This is the kitchen. This is awesome. So.
Yeah, no question about it. What about coming up, Halloween coming up Saturday, Wadsworth, trick or treat. I'll be passing out, and I'll be a scary official, an umpire. You're out of there if they do something strange. But anything that you on your agenda that you'll do special for Halloween?
So there's some classes I teach. I do cookie classes.
Right.
There is one coming up actually this week on a Saturday at a winery, but then we have one right downtown at Cambria's. I believe Tuesday.
Yeah, I did a show on Cambria's. Very, very good, very nice restaurant there.
Is. Great
very
people,
nice.
great owners.
So when is that coming up?
I want to say it's Tuesday, 6:30 to 8:30, and we're having, so it's Halloween themed haunted house. It's like 10 cookies. I think there's still like 3 tickets left.
Okay.
And if you come dressed up in costume, I have a huge swag bag ready for the winner that I had for my 5-year event back in July.
Wow.
So we got that, and then we have a whole bunch of ones coming up. We got the Galaxy in November, and then some other Christmas ones like a Bent Ladder and some other places.
So it sounds like you are doing some activities here in Wadsworth and get people in your own backyard involved. And other communities. Do you go to like Worcester, Medina?
Yeah, Worcester. We're going to be at Trotman Winery for a December class.
Sure.
Stowe, we do Stowe Parks and Recreation for classes.
Right.
Near Hartville for 1875.
Sure. So people that maybe have just retired, this would be a good hobby or opportunity for them to get involved in, and it shows their creativity too.
Yep.
I'm sure you talk about art. It's kind of mixed together. You're a very creative person.
I try.
Yeah, right.
But yeah. I tell people it's a 2-hour-long class, very unique experience from any other kind of a cookie class that might be out there now, because like I said, we've been doing it for 5 years. But I yell at you for 2 hours is like, the show nailed it, so it's like nailed it when we're done kind of a thing. But I do teach you and instruct you during those 2 hours and make little jokes and pokes and have fun with you.
Right. My daughter graduated from Syracuse as a painting major and now is an attorney. She does painting classes in the state of Washington.
Love that.
And it her stress level comes down. She talks to people, get to know them, and really she enjoys that very, very much. So I'm sure it's the same for you. You really, do you see people come back
Many times.
Time after time?
Yep, and then they bring the new group of friends or the same group of friends and a lot of familiar faces. It's just fun. Like, it's almost like a community in itself. So it's pretty awesome.
Very, very much so. And also then it's a benefit to the winery, restaurant, and brings new people there, and they can see things on the menu, and they may come back to have some little wine later, or supper or whatever.
Absolutely.
So it's really, you really get to meet a lot of different people. I'm sure that's very exciting. And afterwards, do you have a rating system? Do they say, well, you talk too much, or,
slow down.
Too fast. That's what my daughter gets. It's very rapid, and you have to keep moving. You can't stand and stay on the same step, can you?
No, but no review rating thing. However, I don't mind it. In Stowe Parks, they do have their own rating system when the class is done. So we have had feedback before, and people always during the class will say, because my husband usually helps, you guys are just so awesome together, and I can't believe, my husband doesn't help me do these things, So it's just fun to hear the ladies. Some men come too. So just hearing kiddos, it's just they always have a good time, and they've never been to something like this before, and just be able to come back. They're like, we're going to sign up for one next time, and sometimes they do. They do it during that class that we're already at. So it's just awesome to see the supporters, the followers, and just the people continuing to love on Just Eat the Cookie. So it's really cool.
Do you ever have any audience members come up to you and say, hey, had you ever tried this? And maybe given you a tip for a new recipe?
They will talk about maybe their grandma's recipes and then be like, I'm going to bring you a cookie. I'm like, let's go. I want to try some.
Right.
I'm always about supporting other bakers for sure.
Yeah, no question. What about a situation where any special tips? Let's say we're just getting started in baking. What tips would you give someone just retired and wants to start baking?
Read the recipe. Slow down. Don't get discouraged. If it comes out baked weird or overflowing, and I'll just try knocking out something. I tell people, try to remove your leveling agent. Sometimes the baking soda powder, get it out of here. Just try. Like we had said earlier, just practice makes perfect kind of a thing. Just have fun. It's just baking. It gets eaten. It's not anything like someone's car driving down the road that costs thousands of dollars. It's just food, and people's going to eat it no matter what. They love it.
Do you suggest that people, whatever you're baking that night, maybe write it down so they don't forget the ingredient? if you forget an ingredient, that may scuttle the success of that. Do you have a file of all the different recipes and cookies and et cetera that you've baked over the years?
I do, and I have it in a lockbox. Nobody can steal it.
Oh, okay.
But I do. I keep all of it written down, and I do sometimes have to refer to it. Now, the sugar cookie one, just because we keep it in the stores as well, that's pretty much common, and I don't have to make the dough no more. it is only the husband, so we call him the doughboy. So he pretty much knows the same recipes as I do, and he's the only one that will know that.
Right.
So,
what have you gotten better teaching a class as time goes on? I noticed that young teachers that I would supervise, just little tips that I would give them, and they were real nervous to begin with, but when they got relaxed and got into their subject matter, they just got better. They,
Sure.
it didn't seem like they were the same teacher after a couple years.
yeah, a lot of people. So when we first started, I remember having a class over at Ruby Moon, and some of the girls was like, "Oh, I just have a picture next time." So then we started adding pictures, and that helped. And then keep adding new things to each class. And like I said, 5 years strong doing the classes now, and I'm still loud and proud when I'm yelling at everybody, having fun, but there are just certain things to make you, the attendee, feel at ease, feeling like, oh, I can do this. You come in like, I can't decorate this cookie, surely. But you're like, I got a picture, I got V helping us out. Even the husband will like help instruct sometimes because he's been doing it for so long with me. So yeah, we've been learning things over the years, and then for sure we intertwine.
It's nice to see people as groups come in.
Yeah.
Friends come in. Hey, why don't we try? Why don't we go to this V. Alexander? She seems like she knows what she's doing, and again, they may sign up for a second one, and it's kind of camaraderie. It's kind of nice, in your perspective, to see the companionship and how people learn well together.
Oh yeah, especially fun when they just make fun of each other. Like, oh, Stacy, I can't believe you did that to your ghost. Like, it's just fun seeing them have fun, or even go rogue. Yeah, you can do what I'm trying to teach you, but I encourage people, just have fun with it, go rogue. If your cookie that looks nothing like what we're trying to do, awesome. If you hate the cookie, just eat the cookie when you're there.
And again, people go ahead and have pride in that, and they can go ahead and teach also their grandchildren. Hey, come on in, I learned something at a class.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that has to make you feel good that you pass it on not only to those people but also to younger generations, and maybe we can start to get more people in the kitchen and have a tradition where we go ahead and bake a lot more.
I like it. I like when the kids come because they're like, I want to keep the icing so we can make those cookies for the holidays. Because I tell people you can keep our icing just shut in your fridge for a few weeks, and then you can make your own cookies at home and try some techniques that you just learned. So yeah.
What's your favorite cookie to make?
My absolute is my lemon bar. My lemon bar sugar cookie is sugar cookie, but then I add my lemon bar stuff to it, and it is my favorite. Oh my goodness gracious! And I do supply it in the stores too. So that's one of my top-notch go-tos for sure.
Right.
If you love lemon.
Yeah, a lot of people do. A lot of people, and it's you don't see lemons, protruding in the grocery store that much. It's kind of a hidden gem, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah, I never really thought of it, but yeah, it's true.
Right. What about your least favorite cookie that you sometimes are asked to make?
Vegan.
Okay, right.
But no, I don't really get a lot of people. More so ask like, when are you going to make this cookie and bring it in? And I've been doing more drop cookies, even just to fill in. I supply Uniquely Handmade for You, so we have the custom cookies in there, and then some drop flavored ones. So I don't know. I don't really have a least favorite one. I think all of them are just bomb.com.
We did a show there too. You talk about unique things. That's a really good place to visit. And I think Joanna's been there a couple times, spending a nickel or dime along the way.
We all have.
Yeah, no question about it.
Great.
What about any new things down in the horizon? 2025, right around the corner. Are you into new endeavors that you haven't done before?
So I recently got a trailer that we're going to convert into like the traveling cookie business kind of thing, so we can go to different weddings or parties, whatnot. You can have cookies anywhere, because we do events anyways. So we would just like to have not like a food truck, but more like a cookie sidecar.
A cookie castle.
Yeah. Yeah.
What activities have you done before? Like again, weddings and.
Yeah, weddings. Well, we do the cookies for the events, but for us to attend, we just finished up Yankee Peddler this September. We do lots of events with Baum and Orchards in Rittman, and then we go to West Virginia, where my husband's mom is, and we do Christmas on the Lane down there. Other than that, we try not to do too many like the smaller stuff, just because I'm always just so busy with 30 plus dozen a week on cookies, and I'm just a one-man band over here. Again, it's just the husband who makes the dough, but I'm doing all the detailing and decorating. No edible printer. It's all hand-drawn or iced with love for all my customers. So.
Yeah, so people know that they're getting the real McCoy. They're not getting a big factory that turns them out, and you know, it just really got more homey.
Yeah.
And what you see is what you get, like, right?
I wish we had a factory at times, but honestly, it's good where it is, and I know that we'll continue to grow. I hope we do. Can keep following us. But yeah, it's great. I love doing it for the community and even surrounding areas for the people.
Have you thought about maybe having an apprentice? I mean, we have
I've tried.
Wadsworth has a program where they have a eating out at Copley High School. They have a area there of food service, and there might be opportunity there. Would you like an apprentice? Someone,
I would love this.
Someone to walk in your footsteps and learn.
Call me 111. No, for real. Yes, I have tried.
Right.
I've tried hiring stay-at-home moms. I've tried bringing in some church ladies.
Right.
It's just only a few hours I'm needing any kind of work for.
Right.
If you have any experience, awesome. If not, I try and teach you. But definitely we'll be needing somebody probably next year for sure.
Okay.
Like, we just don't know what to expect from the show coming on in December with Food Network. And so anything can happen. Growth, I encourage it. I just need workers that want to grow with Just Eat the Cookie. Right.
That's December 12th. Is my memory serves me right?
Yes.
December 12th.
Yes.
Food Network.
Yeah, Christmas Cookie Challenge, Food Network, December 12th, I think 9 in the evening.
Yeah. I mean, that's remarkable. I mean, that had to make you, take a step back and say, maybe I'm a little better than I thought. I mean, that they just don't take anyone for that particular show.
They don't. It's scary though. It's just like I said, like, it's a kitchen that is not your kitchen.
Right.
And you just want the best to happen, and you just have fun with it.
Who's the host of that show?
Oh, so Pioneer Woman and Eddie. So Reed Drummond and Eddie.
Right. And they made you relax. But I think
it's so good.
It's when they come over your shoulder, you're right in the middle, and they say, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they distract you a little bit. To me, but is that what happened when you were right in the middle of things?
Yeah, but distraction, not a whole lot.
Okay.
I think I'm just, because of the classes I have taught and just being in front of a whole bunch of people over the years and all the events, that helps being, in front of the camera. So for me, it was just like another day at the bakery kind of thing, But yeah, it's very distracting, and it can be. But it was still great. The people were great. Everybody was just so good, and they care.
So what if someone viewing the show wants to go ahead and have a class at Cambria's or at a winery? How would they get in touch with you or your particular business?
Yeah, so there's no website, believe it or not, but we have the Facebook and the Instagram, justeatthecookie.oh. But
what
once
is
you
Just Eat the Cookie?
Just Eat the Cookie. Once you start typing it, my ginger face should pop up.
Okay.
And then you just click us, follow us on both platforms, because I keep everything posted on those and up to date, especially for the upcoming show and any of the events and classes. Some of the wineries will have it on their own page. So like Cambria's, she has it on her page for the restaurant, or just click the Eventbrite. Like I said, 3 more spaces are left for that class, and that's Tuesday coming up.
So we want to make sure we fill that up and get standing room only for that. What about other things beyond maybe October? Anything in November?
Galaxy is November 11th.
Okay.
Goodness, I want to say
Galaxy.
6:30, 8:30. But yeah, the Galaxy. I know we got like 5 more tickets left for that one.
Okay, all right.
So that's Thanksgiving themed.
All right.
And then
anything in December?
December 1st is already sold out at Bent Ladder. And then the next one will be Stowe Parks and Recreation on the 13th, so it's right after the show.
So a lot of in Northeast Ohio. It's not like they have to drive to another state. Right here, and you get out, and your husband helps you too?
Yeah, but if we have 10 or more people at a class, he'll always come and help the poor soul.
Right. Well, you need another pair of hands to get things prepped and ready to go.
Yeah, because so we try to keep it in a reasonable time, because we want to be home too with our family, so we don't want to make like this long dragged out class, even though it could be fun. I don't know.
Well, Dee, I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about your schedule, and it seems very hectic, but you have a pretty good handle on what you're doing. And the 12th, we'll have to make sure we watch the 12th of October. What time is it?
December 12th at 9.
9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, Food Network, and we'll be.
If it changes, I'll let you know.
We'll be crossing our fingers and toes and making sure that we get a vote for the eventual champion. We hope. We can't divulge that yet. Anything else you'd like to say to our audience? Baking is fun, isn't it? It's fun.
Baking is fun. You can cry about it later, because I do. But yeah, have fun with it. Don't get discouraged. I get discouraged on a daily basis. Even coming back from a vacation, you don't want to do cookies maybe, but I did it for you guys because I do enjoy doing them. So if you need cookies, custom sugar cookies, I'm your girl, Just Eat the Cookie. Find us at Uniquely Handmade for You and the Makery. And then if you want anything for any kind of occasion, it can get weird. Just call your girl, V, Just Eat the Cookie, Facebook and Instagram.
You get better the more you do it, right, V?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no question about it. Thanks for viewing Bruce on the Loose.
Yeah.
We enjoyed our visit with V. Alexander. And we'll have shows coming up next week. We have a couple things in the hopper and looking at more shows to enlighten the Wadsworth citizens. Thanks for viewing.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.